Moore served on the department in the Dillon County town for more than 20 years.
Mayor Bullard says that he fired Chief Moore after she received 7 reprimands, but Chief Moore said that the mayor fired her because she's openly gay. Now Latta Town Council works to get Moore her job back. News 13's Matthew Petrillo shows you council's plan tonight, new at 11.
I've been working for Crystal. She needs her job back.
Emotions ran high at a special Latta Town Hall meeting Tuesday night at the Ellis Performing Arts Center.
We need to do what is right.
Latta Town Council says it's trying to do just that.
Seeing no discussion, I call the vote.
Council voted unanimously on 2 measures in support of fired Police Chief Crystal Moore.
Aye. Aye. Okay.
First, in a vote of confidence in her job performance. Then in support of an emergency ordinance.
You can have this emergency ordinance with life, health, or there's a couple of the instances.
Councilman Jarrett Taylor says the emergency ordinance blocks the mayor from hiring anyone to fill the police chief job over the next 60 days.
We have all intentions of hiring Chief Moore back.
To do that, he says, Latta residents need to vote in favor of a council-strong Mayor Weak government in a June referendum. Still, some Latta residents say Moore should have never lost her job.
She's been a blessing to this town.
Well, she's fair. She's been on this police force for like 20 years. She knows what she's doing.
You my baby.
Chief Moore did not go into the meeting, but waited outside to talk to supporters after it ended. She first learned council voted in her favor from News 13.
It's awesome. That's all I want is to get my job back, to get back to serving and protecting the town.
The referendum is set for June 24th. In Latta, Matt Petrillo, News 13.
The mayor, a guy by the name of Earl Bullard, I'll just call him Boss Hogg because that's what he reminds me of whenever I see him on television. Anyway, he claims that she was not fired because she was a lesbian, but was rather fired because she refused to sign a document that talked about reprimands that she was getting for not doing things correctly. And so Crystal says, no, I was fired because I was gay. And apparently a lot of other people, both in town and even a couple on the city council, think that she was actually fired because she was a lesbian. So I don't know. And if it's true, why? Because she had actually been working there in the city, I guess, in law enforcement there for practically 20 years. I didn't want to make this entire segment about just Crystal Moore in South Carolina because her story is not necessarily unique. There are actually a lot of people who get fired because they're gay in this country. As a matter of fact, there are very few places in this country where you are protected from getting fired because you are gay. This map here shows all of the states that you can be fired for being gay. Now, if your state is one of them, and you are a gay person or a lesbian, then you should probably be very careful because you never know when something might creep up on you and you could be fired simply because you were gay. And there's no law against it in these states. There are also, I think, some additional states, those that are shown on this map, that you can also be fired because you are transgender. So I find it very interesting that in this day and age, 2014, the new millennium, the 21st century, that we still haven't got our act together in the United States of America. we probably are, for a civilized and industrialized country such as us, far down on the list when it comes to human rights. We claim to be the bastion of the land of the free and the home of the brave and the place where equality for all shines brightly, but I really don't think that that is particularly the case. It hasn't been too terribly long ago that I remember a story about a man in Miami who actually burned a lesbian couple's house to the ground because they had children. He was arrested for the crime, but he told the police that he despised these lesbians because they didn't deserve to have kids. Now, while it does seem like that about every other week or so another marriage ban is ruled unconstitutional in some state somewhere across this country, but our gay families, particularly in the South, I think continue to encounter not only legal inequalities, but sometimes some often real social inequities as well. And in a part of the country where people seem to value families so highly, that seems to be where families still encounter such immense obstacles for actually trying to be a family. Now here's a tidbit. There is actually a higher percentage of LGBTQ families that are raising children in the South than in any other part of the country, yet they are the least protected there. You can be fired for being lesbian, gay, transgender, bisexual in every southern state. So there's actually a lot of work to be done in this country as far as equality for lesbians and gays. So we're definitely going to have to work on that. And of course, up in the city of Seattle, Washington, one of the most recent things that happened up there, a Boy Scout troop that was actually sponsored by Rainier Beach Church has been pulled from that church by the Boy Scouts of America organization simply because they had a leader there that the church had recognized was a gay man. He had been married to his husband for 20 years, and he was a Boy Scout leader. And even though the Boy Scouts not too long ago sanctioned that it would be okay for a gay Boy Scout to be a member of their organization, they did not want this particular scout leader to be a scout leader for them. So they pulled a contract that they had with that church and will not allow that church now to have a Boy Scout group because they supported this scout leader. So there are lots of things that you get taken away from you because you are gay in this country. And while it's not as bad as it is in Uganda yet, then that is probably a positive thing, but we do have a long way to go. So that's about all that I've got. I want you to voice your opinion by asking questions or putting comments down below, and let us know how you feel, either about the South Carolina case or any case that you are aware of where someone is either fired for being gay, or someone has been denied housing because they were gay, or someone has been in any way discriminated simply because they were gay or lesbian. Let us know about it. And we will see you again next week. Don't know what the subject matter will be, but I'll see you next time. So long for now. Bye-bye.